Hi, my name is Keith and I'm known as a Florida Stoneman, and today I'm going to be talking to you all about asking and receiving. So these are two very simple dynamics, but most of you are just not getting what you want because you didn't ask. And I'll talk about it in a little bit for some of those people who did ask and didn't receive. It's because most of the time you didn't expect to receive or you didn't stand up and receive. But this video is mainly focused on a lot of you who have goals and a lot of you who have dreams and a lot of you have aspirations. A lot of you are just not asking, and when you guys sometimes are asking, it's kind of vague and it's kind of unspecific, and you have to be as specific as possible. So especially when it comes to the Bible or anything in general, anything in life, that you can have anything you desire as long as it's good and as long as it comes from a place of light. What you desire is already yours. The law of attraction state this. So many different things talk about you asking and receiving as long as you put yourself in that mind frame, but you have to ask in a place of you being able to receive. And now I'm going to get specific because if it seems general or vague to you, it probably might to some people who have been not receiving anything that they've been asking for. So let's just say you have a raise. You're asking for a raise at work. Okay, let's just say you're asking to advance in your job. You're asking, some of you are just not asking. So you've been at the same job for 12 years, for example, and you want, keyword want, you want to move up, you want to change your life, you want to be able to see new horizons. Just like in the background of the picture of the horizons. You want to see new horizons, but you're just not asking in general, or when you do ask, it's kind of like a half ask. Oh, that's pretty cool. A half ask. What does that remind you of? Half. Okay, you guys get it now. But don't ever half ask. That's powerful. I'm going to trademark that one. Don't ever half ask. When you half ask, you less than half receive. But you receive in a different way. I'm going to give you an example. For example, when it comes to law of attraction, I've actually caught this on so many different people on my TikTok who I help, because I'll teach about asking you shall receive, and people are asking for money. So I teach people out of saying, I want this, I want this, I want this. Wanting's not necessarily asking. When you finally ask and then you step up and put yourself in a place to receive, is then when your blessings just start pouring in. So when you ask for something, you must be specific, and then you'll receive specific. So this is, and I've learned this a very long time ago as well. You can ask for money, for example, right? Okay, a lot of people are already asking for money, right? But they're finding the money that they ask for, and they don't put two and two together that they got exactly what they asked for. So they'll be out walking about, and they're like, oh, quarter on the ground, what's this? Okay, whatever, and they'll put it in their pocket. You got what you asked for, it's money. You weren't specific, but you got exactly what you asked for. And I remember a very, very long time ago when I was young, I realized this at a young age, and if the table's bobbling and shaking, don't pay attention to that. But I was at a young age, I did a major manifestation. I'm like, okay, I am manifesting, and I was very young at the time. I had a job. I'm like, I am manifesting money today by 5 p.m. And at 5 p.m., 5 p.m. exactly, and I put that specifically in the manifestation. And I found at 5 p.m., I looked down when I got out of the car, and there was just a penny. And I'm like, and I just kind of I thought about it. I'm like, it's 5 p.m. I asked for money, right? And then I looked down, and there's a penny on the ground. I'm like, oh, that is the money that I was asking for, but it wasn't specific. So I've actually always saved that as a trademark, because yeah, it came, but you weren't being specific. Same thing with a lot of you guys who are asking for money. For example, you're not specific, so you're not getting specific results, and you're not happy with what comes to you, but you shouldn't be. You're not happy because little do you realize you didn't ask properly, or you just didn't ask in general. Now, another example. And let me teach you guys something real quick. To counter this, and I've actually used this as an experiment, and the experiment actually went from something being very successful that I've been teaching on my TikTok for people who want $100, right? Make it $105, for example, because 105, 5 is an action number and it's very, very, it's change oriented. So, or if you want something very specific, be like $105.10. Okay, I would stick to 105, whatever, or just 100. But take a clear glass of water, because remember, water holds the energy of purity. Just, it's absorbs any intention, and it helps you really understand what you're really working with. What you're putting into the water is what you're going to be putting into yourself. And one thing about that is you get, how do I say this? You get to see what you are asking for when it's received, then you can fine tune it to make sure you're not to make sure that basically you're getting everything you asked for. So I'm assuming at this point that people at the very start of the video, yes, you guys are more now, you're gonna ask, but once you do ask, you make sure you ask in detail, okay? So you take a cup of water, right? You can put letters of the words in like a Sharpie on the clear glass of water. Just make this your separate glass of water. Get a separate jar if you have to, and just put in that jar $100 and let it sit out for like 3 hours, right? I taught this on my TikTok. It's working for several people. Please, if you're one of those people, leave them in the TikTok comment section or even in the YouTube comment section, because a lot of you guys, when this works out for you, you'll message me in the DMs and be like, it worked, it worked, it worked. Someone cash apped me $100. Oh, I just found the $100 on the ground at work. Oh, I was in the club and I just looked down at my feet. There was $100 on my feet. I'm like, can you put that in just in the comment section? I know you're happy, but don't bolt when you get the results and don't. I mean, that's actually one way that I know that people are very happy with the results, is that they just take off. They're like, thank you! And just like, bolt. Okay? Now, it does depend on your mind frame as well, because if you're closed-minded, you're not going to be able to receive. How can you receive the money you ask for if your eyes are shut? How am I supposed to see you through the cracks of my hands? No, you have to be open to receiving. You have to be just flat out open. You have to expect it to come to you, and you just forget about it, and then it'll come up anyway. When it comes up, just recognize that it was exactly what you asked for. So you take the $100 on the side of a glass of water, and you drink it, and guess what? It doesn't matter what you do. It doesn't matter if you believe or if you don't believe, because water kind of has an element about it's infusing past your subconscious mind. So it overrides your subconscious into your energy field, into your etheric field, into your, that's why some people listen to subconscious affirmations when they sleep, because they're so stubborn when they're awake that when they go to sleep, their guard is down. The water will catch you with your guard when your guard is down. So you drink this glass of water that says $100 on the side of it, because literally it has, you're just saying $100. Don't make this anything else. Just don't overcomplicate it. So if you asked on the let's just say if you took the glass and you asked money, then you'd find a few cents in the ground. You might get lucky and you might find more than that, but if you're not specific, then what are you expecting? So you do have to ask to receive, but you have to ask specifically to receive specifically. So right on the glass of water, $100, and then drink that glass and then forget about it. Just forget that glass of water existed. It's in your body, it's in your energy field, it's in your subconscious mind. It doesn't matter when. It could be tomorrow, it could be 10 minutes later. It's trying, what the $100 will do is it'll try to find an avenue to try to get to you. So if you're at work and you're someone who moves around a lot, and you might just find it on the ground. If someone owes you money from the past, you're just going to get money from there. If you don't do anything at all and you're not taking any inspired action, it's coming to you. You better believe it's coming to you, but it's going to take a long time. So when you ask, it's coming. It's definitely coming. If you just put it, I mean, with this method, it kind of overrides the subconscious, but in general, expect. If you ask God for something, if you ask the Creator to help you achieve something, it's already yours. You just have to stand up and claim it. You can't deny something. I mean, if you ask someone for, let's just say I ask for a French fry, right? And someone said, yeah, you can have a French fry. Are you not going to grab the French fry because you don't think you're not going to receive the French fry? Like, does that make sense? I know that's a good example, but just get in the habit of asking and expecting to receive. Set, forget, ask, receive. Remember, the timing is in God's hands. We don't control time like that. Time is a human construct. But the thing is, just forget about it. It's coming anyway. It's coming. Like, whether you like it or not, with this glass of method, the glass of water technique that I taught you, that's just one very specific way that you can learn that what you ask for is coming to you. It might come in 3 months, it might come in 6 months, it's coming. When it comes, most of you do forget that you wrote on the side of a glass of water $100. But let's just say you're not using this, because this is that's a cheat. That's like what's it called, like a cheat sheet to life. You could just use water to do intentions. So just be like, if you want self-love on the side of the glass of water, then expect it to be yours, and now it's yours. It's that simple. Water is, we're mostly composed of water. That should say so much for you. But everything you ask for, even outside the glass of water, it's coming to you. You ask for it, and you fully expect to receive. You guys mostly most of you guys just backstab yourself out of receiving by not asking. So a lot of you who watch my YouTube channel, you already know to ask. A lot of you who are used to just my content, I always push for you guys to be able to grow, be able to ask what you want. A lot of you who don't get help, or not, for people who are suffering emotionally, physically, spiritually, a good portion of you are just not asking. Like, you're asking for some help, but you're not going down to the greatest detail, and you're not being consistent with asking. And you can ask once, right? But how devoted are you if you just ask once? If you ask, when you wake up, be like, okay, ask God for this problem to go away, ask for this to come in, and then go out into the world and search for the answer, because the answer is directly in front of you. Some of the more original versions of the Bible, when it says, ask and you shall receive, seek and ye shall find, some of the most original versions of the Bible, it has different wordings, but it basically says after you ask, the answer's in your face. It's literally in your face. It's not in the new versions of the Bible, or it's in the very, very old Bibles. But it's basically, when you ask, it's the answer's in front of your face. Assume the answer's right here, like this. Like, some of you will be trying to start your business for years. Be like, I don't know what I want to do. Maybe I should do, like, business. Maybe I should do this. Maybe I should do that. And the answer is, like, what are you good at? Doing makeup? Okay. Make a business doing makeup. But, I don't know, there's so many other options. You asked to do well, but you're not being specific. And that's why most of you are running off the edge when it comes to receiving, is because you're not overly specific. The more specific you are when you ask. So the first step is to ask. Second step is to go out and look. Third step is to receive. You guys have to get in the habit of doing this, because you guys are a lot more powerful than you guys give yourselves credit for. When you ask your angels for help, they're on board to helping you. Just be on the track of doing good, and you're going to be doing good. If you have any questions, ask them in the comment section. Until then, I'll see you guys next time. Ciao, and make sure you guys are asking too. If you have any questions, ask them in the comment sections. If you have a specific question, ask in detail, and you'll get answers in detail. One more example. In my TikTok live, because I said I'd get off of here, but in my TikTok live tonight, this is actually a first. When someone asks about, hey, can you tell me about amethyst? I'll tell you about amethyst. Someone's like, what else is there about amethyst? I would like to know more about what amethyst does in detail that we don't really know about. I'm like, Ooh, someone really did ask in detail, and I'm like, you know what? You're getting an answer that no one else expects. So yeah, someone asked what amethyst does. Peace, calming, sobriety, just opening spiritual gifts, right? What is something that amethyst does that no one even knows? It attracts riches and wealth. You see? You asked for something, and that's another reason kings would put it in their crowns. It actually has a ray of vibration in it. It specifically attracts royalty, like flat out royalty. Not just money here and there, it attracts riches and royalty. That's one thing that someone didn't know about amethyst, but they kind of pressed me. They're like, I'd like to know something so deep about amethyst that no one else knows it. And like, you got your answer. If you want to know more about specific crystals, you can ask them in the comment sections, and I will be doing videos on them, but there's a lot of secrets on crystals that you guys really don't know. If you ask me about lepidolite, for example, it calms the mind. What else about lepidolite is there? It holds data. It basically has, if you ask me in detail, and I'll go into detail, and you keep asking for details, or like, what is something that no one really knows about lepidolite? It holds ancient records of the Akashic in certain lepidolite specimens that specifically relate to defending against negative energy and sending negative energy back, and actually opening a new set of gifts about you that you don't even know is there, that most people haven't unlocked because they haven't looked. People don't utilize the crown chakra the way that they're supposed to, because most people will stop at just knowing that the crown chakra exists. Your mind's a very powerful tool. Once you really unlock your spiritual gifts from asking, from looking, and then expecting, and then receiving, then you acquire a set of gifts about you that no one else has because you asked in detail. If you have any questions, ask them in the comments section. Until then, I will see you guys next time. Ciao.